day, when he wasn't looking, he ran me over.
So there's a player on the Baltimore Ravens, an all-pro, that's really being overlooked, not talked about too much, as just a true difference-making weapon for the Baltimore Ravens in 2024. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I love you guys and appreciate you guys as always, man. Make sure you got your subscribe and notification bell on so we can keep you up to date on all of your Ravens news and content. But Mark Andrews, the absolute stud tight end who's continually gotten better and better year after year, who had his season robbed short last year. He had that horrific, I think it was a fibula injury, had the ankle rolled up on, really bad injury. He did everything he could in all of his power to return for the AFC Championship game against the Kansas City Chiefs, but just obviously was not his 100% self, not fully healthy, just wanted to get out there and compete in a game of that magnitude where they were one game away from a Super Bowl championship. Now, Mark Andrews, he's definitely, he's looking healthy, and he's coming back with vengeance, man. This guy's got to be upset about how his season ended last year, but of course, not only his season, missing that stretch down the end of the year, but, how the Ravens, their season ended. Every time he's doing a workout, I'm sure he's thinking about, September 5th, when the Baltimore Ravens strap up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who ended their Super Bowl dreams last year, came into Baltimore in their home territory and won. But Mark Andrews, let's talk about how he's being slept on a little bit here, because I know we added some shiny new weapons. We got Tez Walker, right? The Ravens, they got Rashad Bateman coming back with the extension. We know Zay Flowers in his second year. We know Derrick Henry is an absolute monster. He's a machine. He's going to get a heavy dosage. But, Isaiah Likely deserves his share as well. He's a stud. He's an upcoming tight end, young talent as well. But let's not forget about Money Mark, is what Lamar Jackson calls Mark Andrews. This guy has been Lamar Jackson's bread and butter, his safety blanket since coming into the league in 2018 when they entered the Baltimore Ravens, as a rookie class. They entered the NFL together, built that chemistry, and we saw it on display in Lamar Jackson's rookie year, whenever he was throwing dimes to Mark Andrews over the middle of the field. And then, we saw what happened in 2019. We saw Mark Andrews a few years later have a 1,000-yard monstrous season. And I just want to show you what he was on pace for before he went down with that injury. Because Mark Andrews, check this out. He finished the year last season with 544 catches and 6 touchdowns in 9.5 games. He was having a nice game versus the Bengals before he went down with that injury. If you extrapolate that out to the rest of the year, he was on pace for 973 yards and 10 touchdowns in that Todd Monken offense. Mark Andrews is Lamar Jackson's guy. He has been the number one target. We'll see if that changes or not with Zay Flowers and Bate, but Mark Andrews, he's going to get a heavy target load. He's going to be that, big-time playmaker on third down, making plays over the middle of the field. I know Odell Beckham Jr. took some of that last year, but he's gone. And Mark Andrews, he's coming back. He's putting in the work, man. You can see the clips here of him. He lives in there. He goes home in Arizona and works out. And I can't wait to see him back for the OTAs and training camp and all that stuff, because we're getting close. The Ravens are a little bit over 3 months. They're officially exactly 108 days away from the kickoff against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm sure Mark Andrews has that day circled on his calendar. Another thing we got to talk about real quick is the fact that Lamar Jackson is his quarterback, and that certainly helps. Lamar Jackson has the 4th best winning percentage for a quarterback in this century with a 72% winning percentage. People say that winning percentage isn't always a quarterback stat, but all I know is that when Lamar Jackson's on my football team, the Ravens do a lot more winning. And anytime you got number 8 on the field, you got a chance to win that game. And 8 paired up with 89, I've seen these two guys pair up and take over football games and give defenses nightmares. This 72% winning percentage is only behind Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. Those are 3 surefire Hall of Famers. That's where Lamar Jackson is at in that company. He's in this conversation among some of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. In a few recent quarterback rankings, I saw Lamar Jackson at number 2, which is where he should be after winning his second NFL MVP through a very short career, still very young. And don't forget Lamar Jackson, he's coming in a little bit lighter this year because he wanted some of that speed and agility back. And here's a reminder of what Isaiah Likely, I know we put this in a video, but if you didn't get a chance to catch that, here's a reminder of what Isaiah Likely had to say on the Up and Adams K. Adams show about his quarterback, Lamar Jackson.
So I guess he said he was like 230, 235 my rookie year. And then now he's slim. So like the first time I seen L, he came back and we was throwing. And like I'm walking, I'm looking up and I'm like, who is it?
What?
And then and he run over to me. I'm like, man, ain't no way. What you ain't been eating, L? And he's like, man, like I'm good now. He's like, I'm back running how I am. And then yeah, L.
Don't scare me now. Say what?
I'm just gonna say now, if y'all thought L was fast before,
Stop.
L couldn't get caught before.
I'm leaving. I can't.
I don't know if unanimous is gonna be the word this year. That's all I'm gonna say.
So I'm absolutely fired up for what Lamar Jackson is going to do in the second year with Todd Monken as his offensive coordinator. How much they improved the passing game in one season. That's going to be even better in year 2. I'm just telling you right now, this is going to be a really potent offense. And I know the Ravens offensive line is undergoing some reconstruction, but I'm just telling you, when you got 8, you got 89, some of these other weapons, Derrick Henry, man, this is going to be a very potent offense. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear, kind of the target share, maybe some yardage predictions of some of the players on the Ravens, right? Do you think Mark Andrews, is he in that 600 to 800 range? Do you think he's in that 800 to 1200 range? Zay Flowers, same thing. Like, let me know your stat predictions for Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Bate, some of these players, man. And I highly recommend that you roster Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers on your fantasy team this upcoming year, man, because they're going to have a big year. Thank you all for tuning in. If you got any value out of today's content, don't forget to smash the like button. It really helps out the channel. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys, and we'll see you in the next video.